Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Xalienreview. Welcome to a brand new game on the channel. Today we're going to play a game called Indenture, and this seems like a really interesting one, to be honest. This might have the Yuri flavor. I'm not exactly sure. As far as the description goes, I don't think it's a Yuri game. So let's find out. It's a visual novel, by the way. So you have been, yeah, told. Ooh, the music is a bit too loud, I think. There exists a scheduled, secluded village in the mountains. Okay. With a dojo historically owned by the Nishimura family, a couple and their two lovely daughters, all trained in the way of Kendo. But this was not achievable on their own. They needed help keeping the dojo standing. Though this help was not free, he knew what he was giving up, but not the reality of it happening when it was time. I have no idea what that last line meant. Oh, it looks really beautiful, by the way. I like the art style. In the dojo of the Nishimura family, the sisters Hiroko and Ayaka held their daily practice session. The sisters faced each other, tips of their bamboo swords touching. They began to circle, tapping their swords together as each felt for an opening. As they circled, the sound from outside the dojo seemed to fade away, pushed out of their consciousness. The silence was so intense that the sisters could hear every breath, every rustle of fabric as they eyed each other. The air seemed to sizzle with electricity, beads of sweat rolled down each other's brow.
80,000 impressions later.
Okay, so now she went back to her, she was going back to her room, but she is actually eavesdropping on her parents. Hearing the man speak Ayaka's name, Hiroko paused. Could he be a university Kendo recruiter? Hiroko pressed her ear to the door and listened. Oh, this is the mother. Please, not yet. They're still so young. Bolshevik, look at their bodies. Yeah. Hiroko's heart jumped in her chest. Please just give us a little more time. You have already had more than enough time. Wait, just listen for. Shut the F up, old man. I didn't come here to argue. I came to tell you that it's time to start making preparation for the ceremony. Yeah, I think what kind of ceremony that's going to be. Hiroko heard the man's feet as he turned towards the door while her parents begged him to stop and listen. She rose and walked as quickly as possible down the hall. Okay, so that's the mother. She went back to her mother. The woman was sitting with her knees up and her face in her hands. Hiroko's heart started to pound as cold fear gripped her stomach. She knew that pose. She had seen her mother sit like that 3 times before. Each time, Harumi had been carrying news of a recent or impending death on her side of the family. Yet Hiroko knew for a fact that all her mother's surviving close relatives are currently in good health. What could be making her sit like that? What's going on? Nearly panicking with dread, Hiroko hurried over to her mother. Are you okay? What's wrong? Hiroko, what are you doing up so late? I need to ask about something. I heard you and father talking with a man this afternoon. Harumi's body went rigid. Her eyes widened. You were talking in your room? The man said something about... He said something about the ceremony. What was he talking about? At the ceremony, the exhaustion fled from Harumi's face, replaced by what looked like terror. But Harumi quickly composed herself and stammered out an answer. The ceremony? Oh, it just meant an old festival that's held in our village once a century. It's coming up soon, and your father and I need to prepare. I have been doing so much planning that I couldn't sleep. Hiroko frowned. She had never heard of such a festival. What happens at a festival? At the word festival, Harumi's face tightened as if she were recalling some horrible memory. But again, she regained her composure and answered Hiroko. Oh, it's a lot to explain right now. Will Ayaka and I be participating? A shudder passed through Harumi, rattling her whole body. She was dead silent for a few moments. Yes, I suppose you heard that man mention that you two would be involved. It's just a minor part. Your father and I will explain everything when the time comes. Harumi rose, stepped forward, and hugged Hiroko tightly. Don't be anxious, dear. I can understand why you might have been worried, but there's nothing to worry about. I promise. Harumi let go of Hiroko and stepped back, smiling gently at her. Now you go back to bed and get some sleep. You hear me? You and Ayaka still have plenty of training to do for the tournament. Alright, mother. Good night. So we're going to move on to our next interesting part, because this is going to be a really long game, I think.
The next morning.
Okay, she was actually going back to her home and she is again eavesdropping on her parents' room. And yeah, now she's going to see something really interesting, I think. I don't think I'll be able to show it to you guys though. Yeah, so our girl Hiroko was actually trying to have some alone time. That's when her younger sister Ayaka has barged in. So yeah, she's kind of flustered at this moment. Hey, hello Ayaka. How was your training with father? It went well. He says that my skill is improving. I thought I would come here in here to rest. Hiroko knew that Ayaka was choosing to ignore what both of them knew she had said. Not wanting to let her sister's kindness go to waste, Hiroko chatted normally with her and then lay back down and tried to take a nap. Yeah. So this game has a decent plot, not going to lie. Let's move on to our next interesting part. She found her mother puttering about the kitchen as usual. The sight of her mother going about her normal routine was jarring after what Hiroko had seen earlier that day. Everything felt strange and unreal. It was almost enough to make her wonder whether the scene of her mother with this man had been a dream. Mother. Harvey glanced at Hiroko the way she would have on any other night. Yes, dear. A thousand questions jostled inside Hiroko's mind, and yet she couldn't bring herself to voice them. Do you want me to help with dinner? I am fine for now, dear, but thank you. How's your training today? The pair chatted as Harumi got dinner ready. Hiroko responded robotically, her mind still fixed on a strange scene she had witnessed earlier. But if Harumi noticed a difference in her daughter's demeanor, she didn't show it. After dinner, they went back to bed. Okay, so I think I'm actually going to end this episode here. This seems like a really interesting concept of a game. The story is actually really good. The artwork is actually quite good as well. I have honestly enjoyed it. The scenes were, what should I say? Scenes were okay. Like, could they have been a bit better? Maybe yes. I'm not exactly sure, but you guys can find it out for yourself. Make sure you guys check out this game and also support the developer if you can. I'll see you guys next time with something much more interesting. Goodbye, Sarah. Have a nice day. Ta-ta.